it was funny when we read yesterday. I said, I'm going to need to write this down. I see only the perishable. I see nothing that will last. I see what I see is not real. And it's like, no, I don't. It's all the same sentence. It's not like
Yeah.
I need to memorize it
Mm-hmm.
and practice. It's like what I see as a form of vengeance is really all you needed. And then is this the world I really want to see? So I really didn't need to write down or practice anything.
Lesson learned. Check.
Lesson learned.
No.
Funny.
Yeah. Because we're
So
good
welcome
students.
back
We're good
to
learners.
what's that?
We're good learners.
We're
Mm-hmm.
good learners. We're open learners.
Yeah. Open-minded.
Yeah. So welcome back to A Course in Miracles workbook for students. We're on lesson 22, and that was just a quick recap of a little section in lesson 22. But lesson 23, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. I like that.
Yeah.
One, the idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. Nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless. But this way cannot fail. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. Ooh, is it? It is with your thoughts then that we must work if your perception of the world is to be changed.
Number 2, if the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that it is these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect. But there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause. The effect will change automatically.
The world you see is a vengeful world, and everything in it is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions of external reality is a pictorial representation of your own attack thoughts. One can well ask if this can be called seeing. Is not a fantasy a better word for such a process, and hallucination a more appropriate term for the result?
Or you see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause. This is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when its cause is gone? Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see now. Loveliness can light your images and so transform them that you will love them, even though they were made of hate, for you will not be making them alone.
Number 5. The idea for today introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world you see, because its cause can be changed. This change requires first that the cause be identified and then let go, so that it can be replaced. The first 2 steps in this process require your cooperation. The final one does not. Your images have already been replaced. By taking the first 2 steps, you will see that this is so.
Besides using it throughout the day as the need arises, 5 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. As you look about you, repeat the idea slowly to yourself first, and then close your eyes and devote about a minute to searching your mind for as many attack thoughts as occur to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about. Hold each attack thought in mind as you say this, and then dismiss that thought and go on to the next.
Number 7, in the practice periods, be sure to include both your thoughts of attacking and of being attacked. Their effects are their effects are exactly the same because they are exactly the same. You do not recognize this as yet, as you are asked at this time only to treat them as the same in today's practice periods. We are still at the stage of identifying the cause of the world you see. When you finally learn that thoughts of attack and of being attacked are not different, you will be ready to let the cause go. Okay.
Well,
It's kind of a meaty one.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
they all are. Well, and a few lessons ago, we talked about cause and effect and that they're both happening right now, like in the now. And what came up for me was, why isn't my view the beach and what I really want? And there is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect.
Hmm.
So that's like, well, what do I have to do then?
Yeah. How much
Well,
effect do you have to apply?
yeah.
It just made me chuckle because this is only my perception, but we all share the same thought that this is what it looks like. So
Hmm.
how can I don't know. Yeah.
Some people escape by just moving into a different place, into a different place of the
Exactly.
dream. But they still have their attack thoughts wherever they go.
Yes.
Like it's not real escape. But
You don't even have to get on a plane and go to Mexico.
no, like we can just look out our window. It's beautiful.
All that happiness? Pff, come on.
Yeah, I know. I still might move to Mexico.
Right?
You can still move to Mexico. If you're moving, I'll come with you.
Thoughts create your
Really?
reality.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, so you see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker.
What number are
I
you
didn't
on?
make this.
4.
4.
Yes. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause.
Yeah, like if we get scared because if we see judgment out there, we get scared. We
Yeah.
we literally want to get rid of it because we don't know where it's coming from. Well, we think we do. We think it's coming from out there.
So
So we
I'm
got to try
judging
to,
that out there.
yeah, but we don't realize in that moment that it's coming from our attack thoughts, that we believe in them, that they're real,
Right.
but they're actually unreal. We've made them real.
That's right. Oh,
I just highlighted that passage.
Mm-hmm.
you see
This
that
is.
one? You see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker?
Hmm. And I write down to this is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when when its cause is gone?
Yeah. Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see now. Loveliness can light your images and so transform them that you will love them. So I will love this.
Hmm.
I'm not convinced, so I guess I still have attack thoughts about my view. That not that
I
there's
think
anything wrong with
we
it, but
we attack judgment as if it shouldn't appear.
yeah,
Like we actually judge that.
I must be judging that, right?
We're judging judgment.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I think that's the problem because we can't change our attack thoughts. We just have to notice them
Yeah.
instead of judging them. And that's how it's been helpful for me
Yeah.
because we can't actually force our thoughts to be different because they're just going to be what they are.
Hmm.
Yes.
And even our attack thoughts are actually objects too. And what are we going to do about them is but just look upon them as unreal.
Which is what yesterday's lesson was about.
Okay.
I see nothing that will last. I see what I see is not real. I only see the perishable. That was yesterday's lesson.
Right. So today
Number
I
5.
can like the sentence I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about my attack thoughts. Actually, that's really close.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Because we keep judging our own attack thoughts. And the thing is, our attack thoughts are nothing. They're nothing.
Right?
So why judge them? Or why correct
Mm.
other people who are having judgmental thoughts? They're nothing.
Yeah, they're nothing. They're not
Even though
real.
they're going to be
Nothing.
creating a fearful world, an vengeful world.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
if
those
we
were the
stop
lessons.
judging ourselves for even having judgmental thoughts or other people having judgmental thoughts that we can't change, they're just happening
Yeah.
automatic.
Yeah.
It's part of being human. Then at least we can actually choose how to respond to them.
Yeah.
And I think that's like I could do that. I can respond differently.
It can be done.
Yeah.
It will be
definitely.
done.
But
Thy
we
will be
can't.
done.
But the attack thoughts that just keep coming automatically,
Yeah.
I just we normally just pounce on them, right? Anybody who has an attack thought, we just pounce on them, or even ourselves. And that's where we make them real. There's
Yes.
nothing to pounce on.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
nothing's real.
So do you think maybe, people that say, I don't watch anything, do you feel like that's a bit of a cop-out? Because if they're not watching anything that's triggering any attack thoughts,
They're still
and
attacking. Yeah, they're still attacking
right?
because they're still believing it's real.
Right, real enough that they are not watching it.
Yeah. So then they can defend
Mm-hmm.
themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an attack thought too.
Yeah.
But if you see that, we can go, oh, yeah, that's just part of the dream. It's nothing.
Yeah.
Like that's the part where we have control,
Mm-hmm.
is how we're going to respond.
And take its power away.
Yeah. That's the tricky part.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone thinks everything is real.
Yeah. Yeah. They think people who are judging other people all the time, like even I do that. I'm like, we got to stop them people doing that.
Yeah.
But we don't actually have to stop anything. We just need to respond in a different way and saying, I have been looking at this as it's real. And if it's not real, then I don't need to respond at all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and
And I
like
can,
you've said many times, it's just about noticing it.
it's just noticing.
Yeah. Just noticing and noticing without judgment. Oh, isn't that
Yes.
interesting? Or what interesting that I have orange flowers behind my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Just noticing.
Yeah. 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 Even the good thoughts are judgmental thoughts too, because we cling to them. We go, these are good. And
Good
those
makes me
judgmental
feel
thoughts are
good.
bad.
Yeah, bad doesn't feel good, so we don't want to go there.
Hmm.
But both are the same. Both are unreal.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Hmm.
The idea for today introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world you see because its cause can be changed. This change requires first that the cause be identified and then let go so that it can be replaced.
And what is the cause? The cause is we made something real that is not real.
And
And
the
that's,
effect is the same.
yeah.
Hold on, my brain's breaking.
The cause is actually not true. It's a false cause. And falsehood does not exist. Only
Oh,
the truth exists. Only the truth is true.
exactly. In the practice periods, be sure to include both your thoughts of attacking and of being attacked. Their effects are exactly the same because they are exactly the same.
Oh, yeah.
We are
I
still at
was
this stage of.
texted. Oh, sorry. I got a
Go ahead.
text yesterday that was attack. It was an attack text.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I was labeled a snowflake, and I was like,
Ah.
at first I thought, how dare he call me a snowflake? And then I thought, hey, I like that. I like snowflakes. Oh
Well
my
done.
God. It's just how we respond and what
Mm-hmm.
kind of thoughts we have in our mind. And then
Mm-hmm.
do we want to defend ourselves, or can we just look upon that attack thought that it means nothing?
Yeah, absolutely. It does.
But we can also make it mean the opposite as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have to be bad, it can be good.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to respond. How,
Maybe he loves snowflakes too.
but it was like, he hurt my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
That it's like, oh, I'm a victim now. And it's just a funny story in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because if it's all not real and it's just a story, then we can play with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we can escape
Mm-hmm.
attack thoughts. We can escape what we don't want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And did you say thanks for the compliment?
No, I just said I like snowflakes.
So your attempt at hurting me didn't work. Good for
Yeah,
you.
I was just letting him know that it's okay.
Yeah.
Is
Because
it
he's a
obviously
Canadian,
it's a
and I'm
friend
like,
of
we
yours?
shouldn't be arguing amongst ourselves, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
even though it's so easy to do.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you need to defend yourself, right?
I
No, you
know, right?
don't.
No, because there's nothing to defend.
Exactly.
The entity we think we are is an attack thought.
Okay, I don't know what to do with that.
Well, it's just, yeah,
We never die. Our soul never
yeah,
dies. We just put on grab a hanger with our meat suit and put that on and over top of our essence, our
yeah,
soul,
Yeah.
and that dies.
Mm-hmm.
But we
yeah.
never die.
We're
Mm-hmm.
fearlessness. We're fearlessness, but we've made fear real. So therefore, we think we got to defend
Mm-hmm.
our fearlessness, but we don't.
I'm a snowflake too, then.
We're all beautiful. We're
That's right.
all
And
beautifully
unique.
unique. I feel like that was like a message from spirit.
Mm,
Like he could have called me any other name, right?
that's so true.
And I was like, wow, that I've never been called for that before.
Wait for more beauty to arrive.
Yeah,
How can you be more unique and spectacular than a snowflake?
I
Exactly.
know. I was just like, wow, spirit is really helping me on this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the world you see.
So it also says, just to kind of reiterate a little bit of this, in step 5, it says the first 2 steps in this process require your cooperation. The final one does not. So I want to go over the first 2 steps
Okay.
and then number 7. So the first one says the idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. The only way out of fear.
Nothing else will work because everything else is meaningless. This way cannot fail. You have thought you've made.
Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. It is with your thoughts then that we must work if your perception of the world is to be changed. So is that the goal, is to change our perception of the world then?
Yes.
Okay. If the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that it is these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect. Okay, so the world is just merely an effect of our thoughts. Okay, I'm there. But there is indeed a point of changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause, the effect will change automatically. Okay, so when people say things like, imagine the world you want to see, that is exactly what they mean, right? Your thoughts will change your thoughts are powerful enough to change what the world becomes,
Yes.
right?
We can change it from a fearful world to a
Hmm.
loving world.
Yeah.
but the world, it will never be out there separate.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a projection of the mind,
Yeah.
which
Or
is,
the other one is be the change you want to see in the world, right? That's another
yeah,
one that you hear from time to time.
yeah.
And that's kind of embodying these lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a real pivotal moment in my awakening the last few years. Was
Mm-hmm.
I think I've mentioned this before. I would go with groups and we'd talk about all the stuff that's going on, and I would leave fearful and upset and stressed out and all these things. And then one day I was just watching YouTube and saw a guy named Michael Murdad, who's a spiritual teacher. So I chose a spiritual path as opposed to always feeling sick and worried and anxious about the world. Then I segued over to a more spiritual path so I could understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was just a way of avoiding my attack thoughts about bad and having attack thoughts about good, but I felt better, and that made more sense to me to feel
Mm-hmm.
better.
Yeah, that's all
I'm
we
not
want.
afraid of how I feel. Like I can see sometimes I watch stuff and I'm triggered, and I can notice that and I can feel the feelings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but for me, it makes more sense because I want a better world. I don't want to perpetuate all the stuff over there. I'm aware of it, I notice it, but I don't want to perpetuate any of it
Mm.
and make it more real by telling a story about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
when you're
stop
happy,
responding with,
that's what we want. We want to be happy,
mm-hmm.
and we
And I'm
are.
at peace,
Yeah, and
right?
peace. We want to be happy and at peace, and nobody really knows how to get it. They just think they've got to it has to happen in the future
Mm-hmm.
when there's a happy world or a peaceful world, then they can be happy.
Hmm.
But it will never happen that way.
Oh, it has to be within.
Yeah,
It has to
you
be.
have to become happy first. You have to become at peace first,
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah,
that's the cause
yeah,
of the world.
yeah,
We are the ones that light up the world or darken the world.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
There
yeah.
is no
That's so
world.
true.
there, there is no
And then
world.
remember that
We
there's no world.
Yeah, it's just a projection of who we are,
Yeah.
who we believe we are, and like, and release those beliefs that they're not real, then the world will change on its own, and we can
Hmm.
be happily surprised.
So I have a German student here, and he's like, everyone's so nice here. And I said, I'm nice, and I attract and create nice. I
Mm,
said, if I was a jerk, give me my fucking groceries or whatever. I talk to people in front. Well, you're going to have a nice dinner. What are you going to do with those pork chips? That's really weird. Only to find out she also gave me a tip on cottage cheese tortilla, whatever. I'm nice. So I
Mm-hmm.
create, that I'm the cause. The
Yeah.
effect is I have a nice world.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I said, if you treat people like shit, you're going to have a shit world.
Mm-hmm.
That's your cause and effect, your perception of cause and effect. Maybe you'll be lucky and meet nice people, even if you're a jerk. But none of it's real, anyways.
You didn't blow his mind with that, did you?
What's that?
You didn't tell him at this point that none of
No,
it's real.
no, no.
yeah, yeah. And another thought, like an attack thought, would have been, oh, that's because Canadians are just being polite. You know what I mean? Because that's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Canadians too polite,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. We're
and
getting,
we're going to be taken advantage
steamroller
of. We're
and
going to, yeah.
allowed by our prime minister to have a
So we become
whatever.
victims, and being a victim is an attack thought.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, well, I'm not a victim.
That's
I've been
Me
a
great.
neither.
victim for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and doing the work in here, I don't feel like a victim,
Mm-hmm. Same.
No, yeah.
but I'm
And that's why
also,
we need each other. I think when we've when people are facing their own victimhood, their own belief in victimhood, they need help from non-victims.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To actually help them come out of that hell place.
Yeah.
And we need each other like this. And the listeners here, we're all coming together because it's what we want. And it's because we've changed our mind about ourselves.
Yeah.
We see that we are not who we thought we were. We actually are loving beings that want to extend our love and create a loving world.
Yes.
And then there's no expectations for the world to be what we want it to be. All we have to do is remember who we are, and then that'll take care of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I do believe that totally.
And that's what this lesson is saying. That the world will, where does it say? The world will follow suit, like whenever we let go of attack thoughts.
Yeah, there is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect.
Right.
But there is indeed a point of changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause. The effect will change automatically.
That's it. The effect will change automatically.
Yeah.
Which is a huge relief because we've been just putting so much effort into trying to change a world. That's the effect.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we can take our energy back, take our power back, take our loving thoughts back. Like we can have them for ourselves, and we can build it up within ourselves. And the more we build it up within ourselves, the more the world will reflect that.
And that's sovereignty. It's not always financial. That's sovereignty. I am free to do what I want to do when I want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And thankfully, in my case, it's from a loving place, but no judgment here, just noticing that I thought that.
Yeah. That's all we can do is notice our thoughts. Like we can't control them. We can just notice that they're not true.
Yeah.
And the rest is automatic.
So this is kind of a pivotal lesson. I can escape from the world I see, the chaos, the drama, the politics, by giving up attack thoughts.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
And other people can have attack thoughts. That's okay, because we don't need to judge them for having them. They just don't realize that they can actually change their attack thoughts if they wanted to, too. They have the power.
They have the option.
They have the option.
Yeah.
But they don't recognize it yet.
Right?
They don't recognize it.
Because they need to, people feel we all need to fight the system.
Yes, and people don't want to give up their attack thoughts because they believe their attack thoughts are needed in order to change the world.
Yeah.
They really believe that they're required. And that's a big one.
Yes. Because I learned in my spiritual path that being in a loving state magnifies millionfold into the world as opposed to proving you're right, which is why that expression, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right, is so important.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very true.
So
and
Kelly,
do we want
thanks
others
for
to be wrong? Actually, that's an attack thought, wanting others to be wrong.
Yeah, I'm still stuck in that.
You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And everybody's around you will start saying that too, because that's the effect. Yeah. And and we can actually notice it and go, wow, we're such powerful beings. In order to create a world of our choosing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hmm.
So 5 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. And we devote about a minute for each.
I
And
think now
just
that we
notice.
are noticing our attack thoughts, we can probably do this all day long,
Yeah.
but not to
Yeah.
judge,
Not to, without judgment. That's the ticket.
without judgment.
Yes. With actual, like, with a compassion,
Yeah.
for our innocence, that, we're not choosing those attack thoughts. They're just automatically running on it, like in a program, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we don't need to attack the program. We can just realize that,
It's running.
yeah, it's just what's running, and we can have compassion.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you say it that way because in my last group, we talked about it as a movie. If you don't like what's going on, you can't go up to the movie screen and erase something or change something. It just is it so those attack thoughts are just on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
They just exist, and it's how you react to them,
Yeah.
respond or react to them.
And change the channel.
Yeah. And a lot of people online are saying now, this is all a movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm thinking, wow, this is really amazing. Like,
Yeah.
my world is changing. It's like, wow, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, it's helping me to remember that there's nothing I can do to change the movie screen, what the images on the movie screen. I can just watch them play out, because
Yeah.
it's not the end of the movie yet, guys. We don't have to be afraid, because it's a happy ending. And if
Yeah.
it's not a happy ending, we're not at the end of the movie yet. So we just need to just be quiet. Like, don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the script. It's okay.
And just notice.
And nobody gets harmed. Yep. Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting. So today we are just about okay. So as you look about, you repeat the idea slowly to yourself first, and then close your eyes and devote a minute to searching for your mind. Well, like I say, I have probably attack, not judging, but I have attack thoughts all the time. So it's just
Yes.
being with them, saying, I can escape the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about whatever comes up in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And
Hmm.
most of the time I'm attacking my own attack thoughts. I know I'm doing it all the time because I'm a good person,
Right.
right? I'm a good person. I'm a spiritual person. I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have attack thoughts. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's it. That's an attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's your attack thought.
Yes. It's like
Yeah.
I constantly trying to correct myself and correct others, trying to, like, it's like a trying to be it's trying to be loving or something, which is not actually loving.
Mm.
No, no, it's not.
It's full judgment.
And that's the one that I had a breakthrough with.
Mm.
Yeah, powerful. Hold each attack thought in mind as you say this, and then dismiss the thought and go on to the next. That's all. Notice and
Mm-hmm.
dismiss
Yep.
without judgment.
It's without judgment.
Wax in on, wax off.
Right?
There's lots of lessons about, that whole movie was about life's lessons, but yeah, just in the simple act of that, you can apply it to anything and everything.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
everybody looks upon the movie in a different way. They
Mm.
see it in a different way. Like, I don't look at the movie as a fearful thing. I'm
Right.
actually really happy. It's like,
I'm
I love the
excited.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about what's coming. Because
Yeah,
if
me
I
too.
can go through this, then imagine if a lot of people went through this and could just be at peace,
Mm-hmm.
then all the drama would just cease to exist
Yeah.
Mhm.
because no one would have those kinds of attack thoughts. No judgment.
Yeah. We can be scared through the movie or we can be happy through the movie. We get a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being scared. It's just a thing to feel, to notice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in that, we can bring compassion to that situation,
Yes.
whether we are afraid ourselves or whether somebody else is afraid. We know what we can do.
Yep.
Yeah.
And be truly helpful in that moment.
What a great way to start the day every day.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Hey, we
All
could
right.
probably go on for a long time, but I think I'll end the recording here.